What's going on, guys? I wanted to make a video kind of different than what I've done before for you all. Pretty much everything else I've done has been kind of like affirmations, mental mindfulness, prepare, just things like that to really prepare our minds and really get us in a good spot to compete. This time I want to share something that I've listened to here in the past couple of days through an audiobook that I've really began to love. The book is called Unbreakable by Jay Glazer. He is a NFL analyst and game day whatever you reporter on Fox. I'm sure a lot of you have known who he is. He's also a comedian and a MMA fighter. Done some really amazing things. But in this book, something that I heard today on my way home from work that really struck me as something that I want to share with you all to really impress upon you how important this mindset is and how far it can take you, not only in practices or even games, but in the battles and the challenges of life that you will eventually face beyond high school. And so, like I said, the book is called Unbreakable. The section I'm going to be kind of discussing and talking about is what he calls his unbreakable mindset. He has 5 pillars for the unbreakable mindset. Number 1, find who is the best and work harder than they are. It's pretty simple. Most of these are pretty simple. There's nothing complicated about it. We can look at this in several ways. Is it the person you're competing against in a position? Is it the team that you're going to be facing, the opponents that you're facing on game day? Is it just the specific players that you're going to be facing across the field on that game day? Whatever it is, this echoes throughout anything that you will ever deal with. If you're wanting to truly succeed at anything, you've got to find whoever is doing the best in that area, and you've got to work harder than they are. Like I said, it's simple stuff, but it's hard. Easy to talk about and to even believe. Yeah, okay, that's easy. But to do and to put in motion and to back up with actions, that's when it gets a lot more difficult. So number 1, find who is the best at whatever field you're trying to get better in, or whatever position you're trying to get better in, and work harder than they do. And if this is hard for you to kind of figure out or to really put a finger on, then look up some people, some players that have played your position in the past, some famous athletes that are known for their work ethic, and dig into what they did to be successful in that spot, in that career. And then strive to at least get to that level as far as effort. But ultimately, work harder than that they even did. So number 2, be relentless. And so I want to impress upon you the power that is really in this word, relentless. That means that you are not stopping. You are not quitting. You are pushing and pushing and pushing. You are stepping on that opponent's throat and not letting them up until the game is over. We are not allowing ourselves to get overconfident when we have big leads and get an ego and think anything more of ourselves than when we began the game. We are going to be relentless. We will not stop until the game is over, until the practice is over, until the play is over. We will be relentless. We will make our opponents sorry that they had to face us in this battle. Be relentless and never stop. Keep pushing, keep coming, keep hitting over and over and over again. Make them think that there is something wrong with you because you are so ridiculously relentless. Number 3, push your breaking point, push your breaking point, push your breaking point. That's how he says it. And that's how I want to repeat it, because as a firefighter, when at least my rookie school, 20 something years ago, that was a big thing that we had to learn. Was they called it the edge. Nobody can tell you where your edge is. You have to find it for yourself, because it's different for everybody. That edge means that's the breaking point of me. And so we very quickly found out what that truly means. And we also, over time, have found out that that is not a stationary point. We can push that breaking point further away. We can push that edge that we can go to further and further away. But we have to push ourselves to do it. This is not something that we can comfortably do from the sidelines or in the recliners or watching video games or movies. We have got to physically push ourselves out of the comfort zone so that we can make that edge, that breaking point of ours, further and further away. So if you haven't truly experienced what I'm talking about, the level that you think in your head you can take yourself to is so far underestimated. It's ridiculous. You can go so much farther than you think you can. You can push yourself so much farther and harder than you think you can. Your body can withstand so much more than you think it can withstand. Your mind can handle so much more than you think you can. But just like any skill that you are using on that field, it's got to be practiced. It's got to be exercised and worked out and really stretched. So that's number 3, push your breaking point. Number 4, and this one I love so much for you all, and I want you all to really embrace this one, because I think this one is going to be a huge thing for you to really overcome another team's mental weakness. That is what he calls a neutral face, never showing anything. He talks about, he owns a gym and has several different programs as far as supporting veterans and athletes and all kinds of different type of people. But in his gym, you are not allowed to put your hands on your waist, because to some extent that shows your opponent that you are getting tired. Don't show your exhaustion. Don't show your frustration. Don't show that you are just so near the point of losing your emotions that they can attack you right away. We want to show them a stone wall that they are going to get nothing from, as far as, okay, this guy is worn out, let's go his direction this time. We have a person over here that looks scared to death, we're gonna take it his way. They will see nothing from us that they can exploit, nothing. But at the same time, what do you think we are paying attention to? We are paying attention to their faces, their body mannerisms. See who's hunched over and breathing hard. See who's got their hands over their helmets, trying to get just a little bit more breath because they're winded. Who's dipping their head because they just messed a play up and are going to be very easily exploited again because they are giving themselves a hard time and not allowing themselves to play well the next play. These are the things that we can now attack because we know them. We are conscious of them. We are also conscious of our ability to keep them from our opponents. Do not allow them to see your weakness. Show them hunger. Show them fierce tenacity. Show them a competitive edge that will not go away. That's what they need to see. There is nothing that will break somebody late in a game or in a match or anything that you're going to be competing in quicker than to be exhausted and to know that you don't have much left, but to look over at your opponent and see them smiling, having fun, see them with a laser focused intensity in their eyes and a hunger that they are going to be coming at you again and again. That will break somebody down quicker than anything else we can have with us on the field. Stay in the game, fight, do what you need to do those first 3 quarters, 3.5 quarters. But when we get to that point, late, middle of the fourth quarter, that is our time to attack. That is the time that we have been preparing our minds and our bodies for, because they haven't been doing it. These aren't things that you can prepare a normal high school team for. You are prepared, though. And that's when we attack. That is when we step on the gas. And that relentless attack fires at all cylinders. We will strike hard and strike and strike and strike until they do not want any more. Number 5, he says, it's my honor to play hurt. And without going into a long story of kind of where this came from, like I said, he works with a lot of vets, a lot of players. Obviously, a lot of players have had to play hurt. Obviously, a lot of veterans have had to fight hurt and have come home severely, catastrophically hurt. But it's the reframing that he tries to impress on these people, that it was an honor to fight, even though they were hurt. Because how many people are out there that don't have that ability? It's an honor to fight hurt. I never really knew it, but I myself have pretty much adopted this mindset for decade now, 2 decades now. I'm not big on telling personal war stories, but I have fought through back injuries for literally 20 years, to the point where I know that my only option, or at least what I've been told, my only option is surgery. The only thing that will possibly heal me is back surgery. And that is something that I'm not willing to do until I can no longer fight the fight without it, because I don't want the consequences that could happen because of that. A bad result of surgery, or complications, or that causing other areas of my back to become weak and hurt and then need surgery. It's just a landslide that I don't want to be a part of. So for me, it's just a mentality that I have had to adopt, that it's going to hurt. Today, I'm going to feel pain. Every day is not the same. Some days aren't bad. Some days I don't want to get out of bed. Some days I got to be really careful how I move because it'll catch and feels like somebody's stabbing me. But I'm so honored, so blessed, so thankful that I am still able to live the life I'm living, to have the job I have, to make an impact on people like I've been sent here to make an impact on people. It has been an honor to play hurt. And so I'm not telling you all to work through injuries that you need to not play through. What I'm telling you is that pain is a part of life. Pain is a part of football. Pain is just pain. It's there. We're all going to face it. If it's something that you physically cannot work around, then okay, address it. But if it's something that you can physically overcome, mentally overcome, and perform your job honorably with integrity and courage, then that's such a great blessing that we can give our team. Don't give up on your team. Don't give up on yourself. So that's the 5 pillars. I think that, like I said, there's so much great information in here that just in this short video, I hope that you could pick up on some things. I think that we can definitely seek out those that are doing a better job than we are. Find out what they're doing, find out how they got so good, and make a commitment to work harder than they are. Relentless, that's all a choice. We can choose to be relentless. We can choose to hammer and hammer and hammer and keep hammering. Or we can choose to give up. Or we can choose to give it half effort. But to be relentless has to be 100%, 100% of the time. And when you fall, you get back up, you grab the hammer, and you go back at it. Pushing your breaking point, I know that's something that is a little bit more difficult for me to explain to a younger crowd that hasn't experienced a lot yet. But I promise you, when you think that you have given it all, you got a little bit left. When you think that you can't possibly handle one more thing, you're going to find that something helps you out to make you overcome that obstacle. Something that I've truly believed in here lately and love to death. You always hear people say, God doesn't give you more than you can handle. And as a friend of mine, Mark, basically brought to my attention, he didn't agree with it. And now I don't either. It's not that God doesn't give us more than we can handle. God does not give us more than we can handle together. With the help of others, with our team, with our tribe at our sides, there is nothing that we cannot handle. Just when things seem the darkest, just when things seem to be losing grips of everything that we can try to hold on to, we will find a way because we will be given a way to make it through. He will not give us more than we can handle with those we love by our side. Number 4, like I said, that neutral face is going to be a huge, huge piece of the puzzle that you all can use to really just overpower mentally your opponents. If you can master that one thing right there, the vast majority of other high school athletes are not going to be able to handle that. Focus on what you're putting out to your opponents. Do not give them any weakness to take advantage of or to get a little built up energy from. Only give them the things that are going to break their will and dig at their weak mentality. And the last one, being an honor to play hurt. Like I said, that's a little bit another one that's tough for me to describe, but I think you understand the point. When you're playing a full season of football, you're probably not going to make it through the entire season without having some things happen. I know some of you right now, before week 1 even starts, are playing with injuries. I am proud of you for that. I am proud of you for being able to have that mental toughness to work through those injuries, to give it everything you have, no matter what is going on behind the scenes. You are an inspiration to all of those around you. Keep it up. Keep pushing forward. That's really all I have. I hope that some of these things can really sink in and make a difference in the type of player, in the way that you all play. I know we can make a difference with it. So thank you for your attention and your efforts and your openness to this. So thanks.